Blessings, love. My name is Tessa Ridley, and I am a self care educator and healthcare professional from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I am making this video for the mother wound that lives inside of us all. As we are on the edge of the annual Mother's Day celebration, we are also at the edge of the new moon in Taurus and the moving of the planet Uranus into the sign of Taurus for the first time since 1935. For those who are unaware of the as above, so below paradigm that the consciousness of humans exists within, the power of astrology is an incredible guide that we can all use every single day as a means to better understand our emotions, our mentality, the way our physical body speaks to us, and our divine spiritual nature that has been hidden from us in plain sight. Uranus moving into Taurus brings with it an incredible shift from the last chunk of time in Aries since 2010. And what we've learned about fire, alchemy, and moving through some of the most difficult times of my own human incarnation, this life specifically. Uranus into Taurus brings body awareness, body consciousness, and understanding that we are part of this earth, that there is no separation between us and the other. We have been lied to, and we have been made to feel as if we do not belong here. We have made to believe, and we live within a system that forces us to pay to exist here. There is enough for us all to be on this planet, to continuously sustain ourselves for years and years to come, but we need to get real with the wounding that we are all suffering from. The mother wound lives within every human being. The mother wound is the source of this earth's pain. The great mother, Gaia, the goddess energy that lives within the heart of the earth, is calling to us all now. And as Uranus moves into Taurus, Taurus being the first of the earth signs in the astrological sacred geometric circle, Taurus teaches us to have reverence for this earth, nature, the body, feeling within the body. What is it that I am actually feeling? And how do you numb yourself out from the reality that you exist in? This is something that I have been battling with my entire life. I have been battling with self-harm and addiction for as long as I can remember. And it wasn't until I started to understand that no one taught me how to take care of myself, because everyone was distracted, trying to make enough to just survive on this planet, that no one remembered to nurture us, to teach us how to self-nurture. We are self-healers by nature. When you cut yourself and your body heals itself, do you ever consider the wonder of how that was even possible? Cellular consciousness is an incredible pathway to explore, to understand that you are made up of trillions of individual cells that have somehow come together, this conglomerate, this organism that is Tessa. How do I speak? How do I see? How do I hear? How do I feel? How do I have such wild, raging energy and motion in my body that forces me almost to do this even though I am afraid? What is that power within you that's trying to get your attention, to make the shift, to make the move, to be willing to get to know your own heart better? You cannot look away from your own pain anymore, and this is the lesson of Uranus and Taurus. This is the lesson of the earth's calling through you. The food that you eat every single day, whatever it is that you're putting in this mouth hole, becomes your body. The earth is trying to get our attention. The disease that is on this planet, the cancer consciousness that has been born from constant distraction and lack of rest, and our consistent, ongoing produce and perform and do things that you don't even desire to do. What are you passionate about? What are your natural gifts? What brings joy to your heart? How do you really desire to feel? How do you desire to think? What are the ways that you feel like you have been historically implanted with lies? Part of my healing my mother wound was getting real with how much I hated my body. I started food restriction and not eating before I even hit puberty. 8, 9 years old is when my eating disorder started, where I started hiding food, throwing food away, lying about the fact that I did eat, and I slowly just began to disappear. I've had an eating disorder, multiple eating disorders my entire life that I know for a fact I inherited through my mother. For when I finally came forth and told her, I've been struggling with this for many, many years, and I am trying to heal this and understand this and get help for this, and I finally admitted it to other people who could assist me, the look on her face was incredible. And for the first time, she admitted that she had been bulimic all through high school and that she had started with laxatives and then food restriction and then vomiting to lose weight, to not get fat. And I inherited this, the epigenetic imprint of our mothers and our fathers and our ancestors and our post-traumatic trauma that we have been carrying for eons, multi-generations, more than 10 generations of pain in this body. The DNA has a memory, and we have come to evolve the story. There are insidious systems in place to keep us from knowing ourselves, that keep us sick, that keep us ignorant, that keep us constantly flocking to others to tell us what our lives mean, because we don't have the education and the wherewithal and the willing desire to learn more about who we are, because I'm afraid of my pain. But when you choose to come into this new way of thinking and feeling where I am willing to look at my pain because I desire to evolve the story, everything can shift. How you get real with the way that your mother treated you, treated herself, treated your siblings, treated her partner, if she didn't have a partner, whether or not your mother brought you into this world and had to give you up for whatever reason it was, whether your mother brought you into this world and has abused you historically from the moment you were born, you have come to emancipate yourself from the pain and the trauma. It is completely possible to forgive, release, let go, and never have a relationship with that person ever again. It is completely possible for you to open wider, create compassion around the story for understanding this person's story as well, and knowing how she was mothered and how her mother was mothered. And as you unwind into generational pain, realizing, oh my God, I am the continuation of a large energy force field, oneness consciousness, the oneness solution starts to permeate through your cellular structure. DNA starts to turn on that had been dormant for thousands of years. You've come to actualize the heart and soul within this human body. And it is impossible to hear the higher soul self through the crown if you are not willing to do the root work. The real root chakra healing is getting real with the physical body, because I desire to. Because I desire to learn how to move this body, feed this body, nourish and nurture, and to heal all of the memories and the feelings that caused me to hurt myself. The lies that I tell myself about my own worthiness. They are not true. They are lies, but they still need to be explored, expunged from this system. Learning to eat, move, speak, and explore nature are part of your Taurian power. You do not need to have Taurus in your birth chart or know anything about Taurus to activate and actualize Taurus within thee. Learn more. For as you learn to truly nurture yourself, the true mothering that you have been longing for since the moment you were born, it is the wound that is attached to your longing to go home, the wound that is attached to the fact that you've never felt like you belonged here. Why did you bring me here if you're not going to show me how to learn, how to love, and how to explore with self-compassion? You have to explore the anger and the resentment and the bitterness tied to the mother wound, the father wound, the sister wound, the brother wound, the familial wounding that we have inherited because we are all living in a post-war, post-colonial, post-traumatic stress nightmare that we inherited. 13th, 14th centuries of eons past of pain that's in this body, that is longing for acknowledgement, reintegration. People that want to turn away and look away from the racism on this planet that is so unbelievably embedded. The disgusting misogyny that is in every single one of us that causes us to destroy ourselves and judge each other and not allow others to grow. Who the fuck does she think she is? What do you think that you are? How do you think that you'll ever make a difference? All of these bizarre things that we say to each other or we say about other people. Confront the liar and the judge within you. Where did that come from? Why would I desire to think that way about myself or other people? Who made me think this way? And as you start to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the why do I think and feel the way that I do, confront it with compassion. And this is part of our meditation. This is self-care. Are these thoughts and feelings truly mine, or are they a historical pattern? Am I really afraid, or is this something somebody has implanted within me? The persecution trauma that's inside of our bodies that makes us afraid of bringing forth our magic and our power is part of healing historical, insidious, patriarchal control. The divine masculine energy needs to help to be healed on this planet at this time. How do you activate divine masculine within thee if we refuse to look at the divine feminine and what has happened to this earth, what has happened to the healers and the mothers and the families on this planet? What systems do you continuously buy into? How do you nurture yourself? What do you put in your mouth, on your body, on your face? And how is that contributing to the disease within my body? I am a porous being. I am a cellular being that absorbs energy. It absorbs everything I put on and inside of it that becomes me. This is the oneness consciousness. Am I feeding myself and nourishing myself with this thought, feeling, action, with this actual food that goes inside of me? How was this food nourished and nurtured? How did this food live? Thought questioning for the soul. Learning mindfulness is true, active mothering. Willing to consider what it is that I'm doing here on this planet. You have the power to learn to mother yourself in the way that no one ever showed you how. It's a pact you need to make with yourself. It's an inevitability that's happening on this planet. You are part of this beautiful wave of awakening where we realize that we do have control and we are self-healers and we do love each other and we do love life. And somebody told us that we are not worthy, and now we take our worth back by helping build each other up, expand each other, show each other's light, encouragement, courage to grow. I believe in you. If you feel like you need assistance on your human life path, I have multiple online services that I can offer you by donation to my cause. My partner and I are going through one of the most disgusting, heinous, horrible experiences right now. Somebody has lied about my family. And now, in order to fight a lie, it's going to cost me $25,000 to do so. This is a broken system, but I live within this system and I have to exist within the system. And so I need to come up with 25 grand before October 2018. And I know that what I've discovered on my own self-healing journey, trying to get through the last 6 years of this nightmare, has created the woman before you. And I'm no longer afraid to die, which means I am definitely ready to live as a soul on fire. And I know that I can help you find that truth within you by helping you understand the pain that you carry with you. Grief is power, if you're willing to look at it that way. So if there's pain associated with your Mother's Day, may you bring the new light into life by learning to be your own mother, by making peace with your mother wound, and by bringing mothering energy into new life every moment of every day, no matter how bleak, because you are willing to grow and you are willing to share your light with this world. We are the new Earth rising. I love you. I honor you. Blessings on your Mother's Day.